Hey guys, what's up? It's Purple Blood here. Um, just recently got this game called Dear Esther. Uh, really, I have no background on the story whatsoever. All I do know is that I've been here for about 2 minutes, and I kind of looked through this building, and it's pretty creepy. So I thought this would be a golden opportunity to do a nice little well, live commentary video as opposed to my usual narration to catch my various. It's pretty much going to be a reaction video to any of the scary things because, well, I am maybe not the most. I don't even know what to say. Man, I'm saying that I don't know how easily a scare. I hope it's not that easily. Otherwise, this could be a slightly humiliating video. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going along here on this. I mean, by the way, I have to
Donnelly
say,
reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
well, that light off in the distance appears to have been Morse code. So yeah, there really has been much in terms of story so far. It's just been various narrations from this guy, who I assume I'm playing as. But yeah, whenever he starts talking, I'm going to stop. But as I was in the middle of saying, they really did a beautiful job on this scenery. I mean, this game just looks fantastic, and I don't know how well exactly that's going to transfer over to YouTube, but man, this game just looks nice. This looks like a nice place to be if it weren't so creepy. This looks like lobster pots, stuff that you use to capture lobsters in. Okay, I definitely do not want to be in there. No, I do not. Yeah, so already this game is, I mean, aside from its beautiful setting, is just absolutely...
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
So I don't know exactly how quickly things are going to start maybe going downhill here. There is yet to really be a conflict, which...
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
You can maybe see a little bit over there. No, I chose to go this way. So yeah, like I was saying, it just looks like a beautiful world, but it's also starting to get gloomy and fairly creepy. I have a little bit of zoom in feature here if I left click.
When someone had died or was dying, were so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice. They cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay, so story is beginning to get a little darker. I mean, apparently what I'm getting from this is that people are dying here, and they'll cut marks into the cliff to signal for help, but people will not come.
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
So yeah, this is getting really, it's getting both depressing and creepy. It's taking a pretty sharp turn downhill for us, and it looks like I'm starting to lose daylight.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life. I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread. I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
Strange drawings. Oh, this is just like the it's just like the one in the house to begin with. But this right here, this is a chemical symbol, I think. It seems like it. It seems like one of those drawings that they would make in chemistry. That'd be 2 carbon, 2 hydrogen bonds, and an oxygen hydrogen bond right here. Almost the same on this, barring that oxygen bond on this side. But then these look like roots or something. Does that have something to do with plants? I'm probably doing a poor job at deciphering these drawings, but I'm trying to make the best I can of this. This is it's quite a mystery. It appears this cave is not led to much, but just what he was talking about, fish and bread. This is wow, unpleasant to say the least. Why is that paint glowing? So, I don't know if I want to do, I don't know, an Esther playthrough per se. Really, this game just looks beautiful. Or if just leaving this at one video is good enough, I don't really know. So yeah, I'm not sure what to what to think right now. I mean, this, other than the great-looking world, this hasn't left much of an impression on me. Soundtrack's also very fitting. I enjoy the soundtrack a fair bit, what little I've heard of it.
I've become convinced I am not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Okay, well that's... thanks, whoever I am. I mean, all these little notes he's making to himself, or saying, or something, whatever. They're very unnerving, to say the least. There's a Bible. That may be a Bible, I don't know. Looks like it may be Celtic. And again, maybe... I don't know. I doubt there's a whole bunch of chemists here drawing bonds on the formations on the rock, but I mean, I can't shake the feeling that looks like some kind of a drawing from like a chemist or something, just showing bonds and stuff. But I can absolutely be wrong, and I'm pretty sure I am. I'm only going to give myself even a 2% chance of being right. And that's being generous. This is concerning. Well, alright. I didn't die. I am glad I'm not dead. How fortunate I am.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Well, now I'm starting to think. Maybe... are we Esther? And... that would make a whole heck of a lot more sense, because that guy keeps saying how he's unable to find this place. And if he's here, I mean, what... he wouldn't have to, you know, be talking about trying to find this place or finding on a map or something. So... maybe we're Esther and he's trying to get to us. And he's running into people along his way. That would definitely make more sense. I don't like the look of this place. What do I happened here? A storm? Something more sinister? Far more sinister than we could have ever imagined. Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Okay, well now let's... well. Okay, now that is a message. Neither did he eat nor drink. At least that's what it looks like. I think I'll try to make it to that cliff up there and get a better view. Or maybe go down from here. Thought I heard some faint ringing for a second. Might be the game, it might be my own mind playing tricks on me. Because let's face it, it's just creepy. This is creepy and beautiful at the same time. Such an interesting combination. And I'm going into my philosopher voice. Yes, indeed. Indeed. I really just can't get over it. I mean, they made this just. It looks like a pleasant place to exist in, barring the fact that it looks like everyone...
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
Lack of sobriety. Yeah, So yeah, it looks like there's another word before neither. Neither did he eat nor drink. Just go off on this forked path a little bit. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a video here. I may continue this. I may not. Overall, I mean, I like it. It's pleasant. I'm probably just not nearly far enough into it to get any real part of the story or any of the real conflict in there. But in any case, thank you all for watching. Be sure to to leave a like, a comment. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Any and all support helps and is greatly appreciated. This has been Purple. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.